Hi everybody, it's Rich from The Inspired Minimalist. I've just got in from work. It's the 3rd of January 2019 and that would be a Thursday. So it's time to prepare tea. Part of my New Year's resolutions as such, not that I really make resolutions, but just a plan for the new year really. Everyone seems to break resolutions, so we'll call it a plan, is to eat a little bit healthier. So I've just got in, I'm preparing vegetables for tea. So we've got green beans with carrots, red cabbage, leeks, some more beans and Savoy cabbage, things like that. Really frustrates me, everything coming in plastic. The supermarkets we like shopping at are Lidl and Aldi, because you get quality produce at a good price compared to other supermarkets, but everything comes in blooming plastic packaging. So it's a shame, and I think I need to tweet them about that, reduce that. So yeah, that's the only downside of going to that supermarket, but trying to eat greener and a little bit healthier this year. Not a vegan diet, not a vegetarian diet, but just cutting down basically on meats and processed foods is the way to go. Anyway, the purpose of the video is just to talk about cutting utility bills. Over the past few weeks I've been trying to sort that out. I've swapped my energy supplier after, I think it's 12 years, something like that. And I managed to go with one called the People's Energy, where everybody pays the exact same tariff. There's only one tariff, nothing else to choose from. And the more people that join, I think there's some kind of payback scheme in the future. It's kind of like a little shares thing. So I thought I'd try that. But the one that's been bugging me is utility bills. So we're with Virgin Media. The service is okay. It can be a bit sketchy at times with the internet. And sometimes when you call up, you get all different representatives. Some have very good English, some don't, so it can make the process a little bit harder. And you don't always get through to the correct section. Anyway, last night, after I think my 5th phone call, managed to get through to the retentions team, because we're currently paying £100 a month. So I want to reduce that down. My aim was to half it or more. That wasn't possible, so we was going to look at broadband only, which would have brought our package down to say £50, but that would have been super duper broadband. The representative at Virgin was actually very honest and says that we're not going to get any benefits from going for the higher broadband package, which makes a nice change, to be fair. Somebody not trying to upsell you something. And in the end we've managed to get telephone, broadband and the TV package, albeit a very basic TV package, because we don't watch it, we watch Netflix, and the majority of my time viewing stuff is YouTube. I find YouTube fascinating compared to TV programs. Learn quite a lot from YouTube. Anything you want to know, it's there. As you know, probably if you're looking at this video, you get to listen to boring people like me talk about boring things. But yeah, so we've managed to cut that, and that shaved a good £45 to £48 a month off the bill, because I think it's just a touch under £100. Well, that's a massive saving over a year. That's going to go a long way to paying for a holiday or a few nights away, something like that. So just little savings make a massive difference. So the plan is now to go through everything else that I've got. I've recently took out the Adobe Premiere Pro package, which is £20 a month, and also the photo package. I'm not very good with the photo one, and I use it mainly just for moving my business logo onto photos, just to protect them. And then the movie one, I'm trying to get the hang of it, clipping them together. As you may notice from my videos, they're all raw. Obviously there's some pauses in them and things like that, but there's no editing. Editing obviously takes quite a bit of time, and I'm trying to get as much done with my time as I can. And I want to go all through this house, so I renovated all this a while ago. It's I did that tiling about, let me think, 3-4 years ago. Put all the kitchen units in, everything that's in here, lowered the ceiling, put all the lights in. In fact, I rewired the whole house. These were the only 4 walls that stopped in, knocked all the rest of the walls out and altered the whole layout. So yeah, I want to put my time into repainting all this room and the rest of the house, new carpets. The decluttering process is making it a lot easier to do that. It means that I'll be able to get into each room now without having to move hundreds of items to simply do a task. It's also given me my motivation back to possibly look at starting my handyman business back up. So 3 years ago I had a massive change of career due to mental health problems. I had really bad anxiety and depression. So I decided after some counselling to give up my job. It was a cracking job with good salary and the employers were good, but I needed a change, so I set up for myself. So started as a handyman and quickly found I like working outdoors, so then I retrained doing outdoor things, chainsaws, pesticides, Japanese knotweed, all that kind of stuff. But decided to then leave the handyman business behind and change the name to what it is now. I used to be called Parky's Handyman Services, but now it's called Wild Ground, which is really, it fits in perfectly with what I do. I like working mainly with natural things now. I'm not keen on waste, so I don't like to just destroy everything and put down hard landscaping. I like everything to look very natural, and I refuse to actually take out any hedgerows unless they're conifers now. So it's about people not having to spend thousands and thousands of pounds on the garden to put down slabs and things like that, all the things they don't need. It's just making like quaint gardens with what you do need. So yeah, I've got my motivation back for that, and I've actually started watching a few more handyman videos on here, and I've been watching a programme, as I may have mentioned the other day, called Consumed, and there was a handyman on there going through a few bits, and it's just inspired me to possibly start it again one day a week. So I put some of my videos may be repetitive and follow on, pick up on things, but it's amazing how much more clarity you get and how much more peace of mind you get just by getting rid of a few possessions. Tonight on eBay I've currently got about 60 items listed, and probably 8 of those end tonight. I've sold 4 today, so I'm just going to keep going, and it's going to enable me to actually find out all my handyman tools. I've got quite a large shed, everything's just chucked in there, you can't get in, which is good because burglars can't get in either. So I'm going to get all my tools, I'm going to look at some organisation for them. Been watching a few setup videos, and there was something that was said the other day, you can't just keep organising, you've got to get rid and then organise, because if you just organise you end up in the same scenario again. You're just moving stuff around and putting it in boxes. So I'm really condensing all my tools that I've got to the ones that I absolutely need, and some of them I probably don't use them as much as I should do, but to replace them for one job wouldn't be beneficial, so I will have to hang on to a few. But you really should just try getting rid of stuff. If you have got a business, it's brilliant to streamline things. So I've got 2 sides of things to look at. As I said before, I've got my personal life where there's a lot of cluttering, and then I've got my business which has got a lot of clutter. There's a lot of digital clutter for both as well, and then you've got all these GDPR regulations that's coming. So I did have a big clear out and sort things out, and you have to lock files away and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I'm feeling really inspired. Diets today's gone a bit to pot. I started out well, although I'm going to start having oats in the morning. I've started out with some Weetabix, which aren't that unhealthy, but they're probably not the healthiest. Then I had a nice spinach and beetroot salad for dinner with a bit of tuna, but I slipped up a bit. I had a couple of doughnuts, so I shouldn't have really had those. But one of my customers, their employees, I have breaks with them, and every now and again they bring biscuits and cake in. So that's it. I'm going to shoot off because my video is just about to end, so I'll speak to you all soon.